What's up, SnEaKyNation? SnEaKy-P here, back with all the news after Week 16 of our San Francisco 49ers franchise, where the 49ers picked up a loss to the Los Angeles Rams and are officially eliminated from the playoffs. Let's check out some highlights. Trey Mason from 56 yards out will take this to the house and give the Rams an early 7-0 lead. 49ers would try to respond here on 3rd and 13. Vance McDonald keeping the drive alive. The 49ers would settle for a field goal, and we have a 7-3 ball game. Jared Goff would come back out onto the field, leading another decent drive here. Kenny Britt with the juke, avoiding one tackle, breaking another, and the Rams will go up 14-3 over the 49ers. Then Blaine Gabbert looking to throw, but Tim McDonald Jr. will get the interception. That would set up a Los Angeles Rams field goal. They will take a 17-3 lead early on in this game over the 49ers, but the 49ers would not be done just yet. On 2nd down and 10, Carlos Hyde, who struggled running the ball, would pick up a decent gain there. Then on 3rd and 6, Torrey Smith from 35 yards out, touchdown San Francisco. We have a 17-10 ball game, and the 49ers would come back out onto the field again, and this is Quentin Patton into the end zone, touchdown for the 49ers early on in the 3rd. We have a tie ball game, 17-17 on 1st and 10. Jared Goff looking to get the lead back for the Rams, and we'll find Trey Mason on the left side down to the 20-yard line. Then on 3rd and goal, into the end zone, Tavon Austin, touchdown for the Rams. 24-17 would be the lead. The Rams would come back out onto the field looking to extend it, but Jimmy Ward has other plans. He will force the fumble. Chris Davis would pick it up, and nobody is going to catch Chris Davis. A 66-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown. 24-24 would be the score. However, the 49ers would get the ball back and a chance to take the lead, but EJ Gaines would get the interception with under 4 minutes to go. Then Trey Mason with a 19-yard run. However, the 49ers defense would get a goal line stand, and the Rams have to settle for a field goal. Under 2 minutes to go. The 49ers need some miracles. Blaine Gabbert on the left side finding Torrey Smith, and he will take it to midfield for a 25-yard gain. Then on 4th and 13, Quentin Patton keeping the drive alive for the 49ers with time running out. A 52-yard field goal by Phil Dawson, and for the second time this season, the 49ers would go into overtime against the Rams. The Rams would get the ball first on 3rd and 9. Cunningham going to deliver the first down on the screenplay. Then another 3rd down play here. Cunningham again keeping the drive alive, and the Rams would kick a field goal. The 49ers, though, would get the ball and a chance to either take the lead or tie this ball game. However, under pressure, Blaine Gabbert throwing down the right side, and Tim McDonald Jr. for the second time of the day would get an interception, and the Rams would go on to improve to 8-7 on the year. The 49ers falling to 6-9. Out of playoff contention now. We do have one game left, and with both the Rams and the Seahawks at 8-7, it is still anybody's division between those two teams. So the 49ers could still potentially knock the Seahawks out with the victory. But first, we got to go ahead and get to practice here. Going to be focusing on offense today. Blaine Gabbert looking to limit those turnovers. However, there's a little bit of dispute whether or not he will be starting in Week 17. That'll be Vance McDonald on the right side, then Quentin Patton on the left side on the 3rd play, and Owusu steps out of bounds, so the 49ers unable to get the gold. However, if they complete this next one, they should have silver, and they will do just that. Not good enough for a goal. We did get the silver again. It's a little bit of a mystery whether Blaine Gabbert or Colin Kaepernick is going to get the start in Week 17. We will talk about this a little bit more later on. But first, we have some press questions to answer. The first one coming from Quaha Fam. I always say your name wrong. I'm so sorry, man. Do you plan on drafting wide receivers in some later rounds? Wide receiver is definitely an issue for us. We've had a lot of wide receivers drop a lot of passes, and it's something that we are looking to improve on. But we're not going to take a wide receiver just to take a wide receiver. We're going to have to make sure there's a guy there that we like more than other positions. But it is something we are going to be looking for. The other question is going to come from Bullseye. What is the biggest need on defense? There's two. We definitely have to improve our linebackers. Steelers. Our run defense has been really bad this season, and we have to find some guys in the secondary that can create some plays. We need to force more turnovers, so we're definitely going to be looking for some playmakers in the draft and in the offseason and free agent signing. That's going to be it for the questions. Let's go ahead and check out the scores from around the NFL. First game up, we have the Giants taking on the Eagles. The Giants would win 26-14. The Giants improved to 8-6-1. The Eagles fall to 4-11. Carson Wentz, not a good game from him. Eli Manning didn't even throw for a touchdown, but he didn't throw for an interception, which is what Carson Wentz did a lot of in this game. None of the receivers really having a standout game in this one. Defensively, Brandon Graham would lead the way in tackles, sacks. Logan Fox and Harrison going to make the plays there. Then Rodgers, Cromartie, Jones, and Kennard are going to have the interceptions. Fumbles forced, none happening in the game. 37-31, the Bills would get the victory over the Dolphins. The Bills improved to 10-5 on the year. The Dolphins fall to 4-11. Not a great game by Tyrod Taylor, throwing 3 interceptions. It was still enough for the Bills to get the victory, though. Kenny Stills, 7 catches, 105 yards, and a touchdown for him on the day, leading the way for the Dolphins offense. Preston Brown would lead the way with 12 tackles. Sacks, we're going to have 2 by Darius, 1 by Lawson, 1 by Williams. Interceptions, Jones, Maxwell, Fletcher, and Darby going to make those plays. Fumbles forced and fumbles recovered. We are going to have 1 by Alonzo, 1 by Graham. Neither would be recovered, though. 35-21, the Saints with the victory over the Bucs. The Saints improved to 7-8 on the year. The Bucs falling to 7-8. Drew Brees, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions on the game. Doug Martin did run for 2 touchdowns in this one. I need to go to receiving here. There we go. Vincent Jackson, 7 catches, 67 yards for him. A few guys with touchdowns. No real standout receivers, though, here. Ellerby with 12 tackles, sacks, 1 by McDonald, 1 by Easley on the day. No interceptions happening in this one. Fumbles forced, we're going to have none there either. 33-16, the Patriots pick up a victory over the Jets. The Patriots improved to 9-5-1. The Jets fall to 7-8 on the year. So currently with the Bills at 10-5 and the Patriots at 9-5-1, the Bills could potentially win the division. However, it's going to come down to an interesting Week 17. It would be a shame to see the Bills blow it and once again the Patriots take that division, but we'll have to see what happens there. It should be a good one. We're going to have a lot of battles for playoff spots over these last 2 weeks here. No interceptions on the day in this one, and we're going to have a few fumbles forced. Only Wilkerson would recover one. 20-13, the Jags get the victory over the Titans here. The Jags improved to 8-7 on the year. The Titans falling to 7-8, and this division is still up for grabs, so this is a big game. The Colts are also sitting at 8-7 here, so those 3 teams, any of them could win it. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. The Texans, though, currently at 4-11. It's just not going to happen with them. So with the victory today, though, the Jags and the Colts are definitely going to battle it out. If they both get losses and the Titans get a win, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen then? It's going to be an interesting one with a 3-way tie. Next game up, 26-7, the Vikings would get the victory over the Packers. This is, again, another big game with playoff implications. The Vikings improved to 10-5 on the season. The Packers fall to 10-5, with both of them being in the same division. It is anybody's game as to who is going to go ahead and steal that. They also have to worry about the Lions, who have been playing very good this season. However, the Bears not doing that well so far. Griffin with 1.5 sacks on the day. Interceptions, Dunbar going to have the only interception of the day. You would take it for a 21-yard gain. 37-14, the Chargers with the victory over the Browns. This is another game with playoff implications. The Chargers are guaranteed in. They have the best record in the NFL at 13-2. However, the Browns are fighting within their division. With this loss, they fall to 8-6-1 on the season. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. We know the Steelers are right on their heels. We'll have to find out what happened in that game later on. As we check out all the defensive stats here. Interceptions, we're going to have 1 by Dante Whitner. Fumbles forced, do we have anything going on here? We're going to have no fumbles forced or recovered. 24-16, the Redskins with the victory over the Bears. The Redskins improved to 7-8 on the year. The Bears falling to 3-12. Certainly not where they anticipated being going into the season. But again, all the teams in their division are playing very well right now. Doxson continues his great season, over 100 yards with 7 catches on the day. Definitely looking like a promising young player for the Redskins there. Freeman would lead the way with 11 tackles on the day. We're getting 2 sacks, 1 interception by Josh Norman. as we go and check out some fumbles. Freeman, Trevathan, and Goldman going to force fumbles. 24-6, the Panthers with the victory over the Falcons. The Panthers improved to 8-7 on the year. The Falcons fall to 10-5. So the Falcons definitely, though, have already won the division there. The Panthers are at 8-7. The Saints are at 7-8. The Bucks are at 7-8. So none of the teams can catch the Falcons. They might not even really be putting a whole lot of effort forward this point. But if you remember, Matt Ryan was injured against us. That's why Schaub got the start today. So who knows what's going to happen in the playoffs? They could be in a little bit of trouble without him. 38-21, the Colts get the victory over the Raiders. The Colts improved to 8-7 on the year. The Raiders falling to 6-9. A great game by Andrew Luck. He's kind of been very hit and miss this season, but he was definitely hit today and making some nice plays. Receiving, and Philip Dorsett and T.Y. Hilton each going to go over 100 yards there. A great game between those two guys. Defensively, Cromartie leading the way with 11 tackles on the day. Smith and Mack getting the 2 sacks of the day. No interceptions happening in this game. Fumbles forced. We are going to have one by Amerson. It would not be recovered. 10-7, the Cardinals with an upset victory over the Seahawks. And this is, well, could have been big for us. It would have been big had we actually beat the Rams, because we could have taken the Seahawks in Week 17 and maybe earned a spot in the playoffs. Instead, though, we are eliminated, and it's down between the Seahawks and Rams. The Cardinals at 4-11 now. The Seahawks down to 8-7 on the year. Same record as the Rams, though. And I believe the Rams are playing the Cardinals in Week 17. That could be a victory for them. If it is, and we do end up beating the Seahawks, it's still anybody's game. 42-38, the Bengals with the victory over the Texans. The Bengals improved to 8-6-1. The Texans, we talked about them earlier, falling to 4-11 on the season, though. But the Bengals, you know, they're right there with the Steelers and the Browns as well. They're a little, actually, they have the same record as the Browns, both at 8-6-1. And the Steelers will find out about next. Geno Atkins with 3 sacks on the day. But that's, again, another very good division where 3 teams are playing very, very well there for them. Fumbles forced. We going to have any in this game? We're going to have a few. Johnson, Howell, and Aloka forcing the fumbles there. 24-21, the Steelers with the victory over the Ravens. So the Steelers improved to 9-6, while the Bengals and Browns are 8-6-1. The Steelers do have the lead in that division, but it's really going to come down to Week 17 and who can get the victories there. The Ravens fall to 3-12 on the season. Certainly not where they wanted to be. C.J. Mosley would lead the way in tackles. He has had an outstanding year, by the way. Despite his team's record, C.J. Mosley has been a man among boys all season long, making some plays for that defense there. Fumbles forced, we're going to have 3 here. None would be recovered, though. 27-10, the Broncos with the upset over the Chiefs. The Broncos improved to 5-10 on the year. The Chiefs falling to 9-6. And, you know, when you lose games like that against teams that are 4-10 like the Chiefs just did, it hurts you. Down at the end, you know, the Chiefs are only 9-6. They're still very much fighting for their chance to be in the playoffs here. You know, the Chargers have already won that division, but the Chiefs could still get a wild card spot. So to lose this game could be detrimental to them. We'll have to wait and find out what happens in Week 17, though. Watson would force a fumble and recover. 38-31, the Cowboys would get the victory over the Lions. The Cowboys improved to 9-6. The Vikings fall to 11-4. So with the Packers and Vikings both at 10-5, the Lions do still have the lead in this division, but it is still very much anybody's game. Who knows what's going to happen in Week 17? If the Lions lose and the Packers and Vikings both win, we'll have 3 teams from the division tied at 11-5. It'll be interesting to see what goes down there. Thornton would lead the way with 2 sacks here. I believe the Cowboys should be winning the NFC East there. They should have that on lock already. Let's see. Yeah, Redskins, yeah, they have the lead right now. Anyway, Prescott, 21-31, 285 yards, 4 passing touchdowns for him. Ely with 4 sacks and 9 tackles. McCourty, 4 tackles, an interception, fumble force, fumble recovered in a touchdown. Then Andy Dalton, 23 of 34, 5 passing touchdowns for him. Both Prescott and Dalton did throw for 2 interceptions, though. Looking at the standings here, we will take a look at both the AFC and the NFC as we get ready for the playoffs. You can kind of see which teams are leading their divisions, where the playoff battles are going to be, and it is a tight playoff race within a bunch of different divisions, not even to mention all the wild card aspects of things happening. So it's really up in the air here. It's going to be interesting to see how things play out. You see the Lions, again, we talked about them leading the North, but the Packers and Vikings potentially getting the 2 wild card spots here. So it's very interesting. The Giants are right on the heels of the Cowboys. However, the Cowboys do still have the lead as of now. And then again, the Rams and the Seahawks, that's going to come down to week 17 too. Should be very interesting. Let's go ahead and take a look at re-signing some players. Ian Williams, I don't think we're going to bring back. He's still only 27, but he's asking for a 4-year contract. He just missed the year, and we're honestly pretty happy with Quentin Dial. I do want to bring Vance McDonald back, but I really don't want to give him a 4-year deal, to be honest. He has slow development, and I feel like I might be able to find somebody that fits my offense a little bit more. So I'm down to offer him like a 2-year deal, maybe a 3-year deal. We'll give him a little bit more money to make up the difference there. I'm not doing that. We'll offer a 2-year deal and give him a bit more money. I don't know if he's going to take it. If he doesn't, we might just have to move on without him. And if that's the case, I think we'll be okay. I quite like him as a blocker, but we've had some struggle running the ball a lot too. So Vance McDonald's not having it. Blaine Gabbert, again, another guy I would like to bring back. I don't know that I want to bring him back on a 3-year deal. We already have Colin Kaepernick locked up for the future, and I would like to find a quarterback in the draft. That doesn't mean we're going to find a quarterback in the draft, but it's something I'm certainly looking at. And with him declining that offer, I don't know what the future is with him. Quentin Patton, we definitely do want back. He has been a very clutch wide receiver for us, but he is not too happy with that offer. I think the big thing with any of our wide receivers is the inconsistency. Quentin Patton has made a lot of plays on 3rd down, but overall, there's still just a lot of question marks in the air regarding him. I want to put Taylor on the practice squad. I don't really know why. I just decided to do this. I clicked it, not really thinking. Anyway, I don't know, man. I don't know if we're going to bring anybody back here. There's some guys that I'm looking at that I'm like, I wouldn't mind having them back in a backup role, but others I just don't know about. We still have some more time to decide whether or not we want to bring people back. But that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in week 17 as we take on the Seahawks. Later.